when you're applying for a job. It's one of the most important things because it's a benefit for you. And when you're talking about retirement plans, there's two different types. There's qualified and non-qualified. Basically, qualified plans are protected by the ERISA law, which is the Employee Retirement Income Security Act that was established in 1974. And these plans are employer-based plans. Now, your non-qualified plans, your ERISA non-qualified, or your IRAs, and your tax non-qualified, or your NQP plans, which are unfunded plans, which are really geared toward highly compensated employees, HCEs as they're called. Now, these qualified plans are broken down into two different types. You have your defined contribution, which is your profit share, your money purchase pension plan, your employee stock ownership plan, and the first savings plan, and then you have your 401k plan, which is what we talked about earlier. I'll go in a little more in depth. Your Roth 401k and your 403b plan. Now, these plans here, your money purchase pension plan, your profit sharing plan, those are a type of 401k. They're sub-401ks, I like to call them. Now, most of us probably have, if you're employed, you may have a 401k. When you look for your job, you should look to see if they have a 401k. And your 401k is broken down into Roth and a basic 401k. Now, your Roth is something that's after tax. So, after the government, as Mr. Fake has said, you work with the government, after they take out their money, then you can put it into a Roth. But if you have a traditional 401k, that's pre-tax, and that's going to lower your taxable income. And next slide here is, these are the contribution types. You have your elective deferral, that's what you, as the employee, you would like to put in there. As Wendy stated earlier, you want to look for a job that has employer match. And that's what the employer wants to put in there. Now, for your profit sharing plan, which is one of the better plans because the company will share some of the profit with you and put it back into your 401k, so they're invested in you and invested in your future. So you should look for these things when you're out there looking for a job. And you have your after-tax contributions, your non-deductible voluntary, and your rollovers. As Wendy stated earlier, she had her $1,200, and she didn't know where it went. So she could have rolled it over, like she stated earlier, and it would have grown. And I have the illustration to show you how your money will grow. You can actually see it, which all the speakers before me have actually touched on. And your traditional 401k, these are different types of terms. You know, when I was younger, I was some of these children's age in here. If I didn't know a term, I would write it down, and I had to do the old school way, go to the dictionary, look it up, or go to the library, use a card catalog, which they don't have anymore. Now, the kids, if you don't know a term, or if you want to know what a term is, you have to write at your fingertips. Knowledge is right there. If you don't know what vesting is, if you forget, you can Google it, and all the information will come up. So it's right now, you know, you guys don't really have an excuse because I grew up right up the street and I'm on that hook. I'm trying to give you guys the knowledge that I didn't gain until, you know, after I took the sleep and stuff out my eyes. Right there, had to walk to the library. Now, most people, you got a smartphone, you got a computer in your house, one of your friends got a computer, you got Xbox, you can get online from there. So you can look these terms up like such as vesting. Vesting is the percent of your retirement account that you own. That's your money. If you're 80% vested, you only own 80% of your money. So if you go to another job, you can take 80% of that and roll it over to another account. Now these next two terms here, a loan, that's not something you want to do from your 401k. This is to set you up for retirement. I know people that are in their 40s and 50s and that travel the world. And that's because they didn't take a loan, like they're making this earlier. You don't want to start borrowing from what you're saving for or what you're investing to what you're investing in. Now, 401k, you can take
for the group season.
So if you do
The Northside Excellence.
money and, you know, like you have medical bills or something like that, God really needs
Oh, yeah.
This is,
Yep.
and you also have tax advantages. I know some of the kids here a little too young to understand what tax advantages are, but if you stick with me, I can show you how you can make your birthday money grow and work for you. So these tax advantages here, they help lower your taxable income. Now you can find business plans. These are the plans that they're really boom now because the employer was holding most of the risk. Now these risks, where if the market tanks, they still are responsible for paying that employee a certain amount of money for the years of service and their compensation. So employers have done away with that based on the stock market being so volatile that it's not profitable for them. Now the next ones are IRAs. Now, as long as you have a job and you can invest in an IRA, there's no age limit. You can invest in a traditional IRA, and that's where you can have your money work for you. You got a question? Can the government take tax advice, George? So with that, if you have your income has to be reported to the government in order for you to have it. So when you get 16. Yeah. Now, from the money that they're taking from, you can put your money into an IRA before they take their percent. So if you have $100 and they're going to take 40%, then they're going to take their $40. So if you have 100, you say, I'm going to put $20 away from my IRA. I'm going to put that aside. Now they're only going to take 40% of that age. So, now, yeah.
Maybe a vacation, they have their cars paid for. That's all because they've grown their investments in things like this, right? They've gotten their education down, so they've been able to get a job that pays nice benefits, or they went to trade school, learned a trade, so they're getting lots of income. And then they would go to somebody like you, and then you would help them invest it and things like this.
Yeah, and also you didn't forget, which is the segue for this next one, is a SET IRA. That stands for self-employed. So anybody who wants to start their own business, then you can start an IRA for yourself, and you can lower your taxes by having employer contributions and employee contributions. So you're, like Mr. Fink said, you're paying yourself before you're paying anybody else. So you're paying yourself, you're putting away money for yourself.
And what age would you recommend? Is anybody here too young?
Right now, there are a few that are too young, but like I said, you have to have a job. So once if you're 14 and over, you can have an IRA. Now for that, you have to be 21. Now go ahead. Go ahead.
Forever hold your peace.
Okay.
Are you recording?
Yes, this is different.
Money right now. You have $10 a week. Manage that right now. You're ready to write it. Get out.
I mean, some of you guys may be a little too young to invest in an IRA, but you can open up a savings account. You can open up a savings account where you can get interest, and I'll show you, like Mr. Fink said, of how to make your money work for you. It'll be a visual of how your money will work for you, how it'll give you free money. And the next is the